Some weapons merely fought in World War II. These 15 fundamentally changed how it was won. Rifles and small arms. M1 Garand. The Semi-Automatic Advantage, USA, 1936 to 1957. The first semi-automatic rifle issued as standard to an entire army. American riflemen could fire aimed shots twice as fast as enemies with bolt actions. How it changed World War II. At battles from Normandy to Iwo Jima, American infantry outgunned Axis forces. German soldiers reported being overwhelmed by American fire volume. Over 5.4 million were produced, fundamentally shifting the infantry firepower balance. Consequences: every major military scrambled to develop semi-automatic rifles. The Soviet SKS and AK-47, British EM-2, and German STG-44 all responded to the Garand's dominance. Modern warfare would never again rely on single-shot rifles. STG-44, Sturmgewehr 44, birth of the assault rifle, Germany, 1943 to 1945. The world's first true assault rifle, combining rapid fire with rifle range using an intermediate 7.92 by 33 mm cartridge. How it changed World War II. German units had dramatically higher firepower in close and medium-range combat. On the Eastern Front, a single soldier could suppress entire squads. About 425,000 were produced. Consequences: the STG-44 directly inspired the AK-47. Every modern assault rifle, M16, AK-47, FAMAS, SA-80, descends from this concept. The STG-44 defined what an infantry rifle would be for the next 80 years. Machine guns. MG-42, Hitler's buzzsaw, Germany, 1942 to 1945. Firing 1,200 rounds per minute, twice as fast as Allied weapons. Its distinctive sound was so terrifying that Allied soldiers sought cover immediately. How it changed World War II. Single German positions could pin down entire Allied platoons. At Normandy, single MG-42 nests held up entire company advances. Over 400,000 were produced, giving Germany a massive defensive firepower advantage. Consequences: West Germany modernized it as the MG3, still in service today, 80 years later. The quick-change barrel system became standard in all modern machine guns. NATO forces adopted the 7.62 mm version, making a German World War II design a modern alliance standard. Artillery and rockets. Katyusha rocket launcher, BM-13. Stalin's organ, OSSR, 1941 to 1945. The truck-mounted rocket launcher could deliver 16 high-explosive rockets in 7 to 10 seconds, saturating entire areas with devastating firepower. How it changed World War II. At Moscow and Stalingrad, Katyusha barrages broke German infantry attacks. The ability to deliver concentrated firepower quickly, then relocate before counter-battery fire, gave the Soviets crucial tactical flexibility. Over 10,000 launchers were produced. Consequences: every major military developed multiple rocket launchers after seeing the Katyusha's effectiveness. Modern MLRS systems all descend from this concept. It became the guerrilla army's artillery, used in North Korea, Vietnam, and countless conflicts. 88 mm Flak 36-37. The dual-purpose Legend, Germany, 1936 to 1945. Originally anti-aircraft, the 88 mm became the most feared anti-tank weapon. Its high velocity could penetrate any Allied tank at ranges where they couldn't return fire. How it changed World War II. In North Africa, Rommel used 88s to devastate British tank attacks. At Kursk, 88 mm guns destroyed Soviet armor at unprecedented ranges. The gun could shoot down aircraft, destroy tanks, and demolish fortifications equally. Consequences: the 88 mm established the dual-purpose gun concept. Soviet 85 mm and American 90 mm guns were direct responses. It proved that versatility multiplies combat effectiveness, leading to modern multi-role weapons systems. Naval weapons. Acoustic torpedo, Germany, 1943 to 1945. The first smart weapon of WWII. The T-5 torpedo homed on ship propellers, eliminating the need for perfect aim. How it changed World War II. Acoustic torpedoes devastated Allied convoy escorts. Ships designed to hunt U-boats suddenly became the hunted. Germany produced about 640 acoustic torpedoes. Consequences: post-war torpedoes universally adopted acoustic homing. The concept of fire-and-forget weapon stems directly from the T5. It proved that guided munitions change tactical calculus. Accuracy matters more than volume. This led to precision-guided missiles that define modern warfare. Air-to-ground. P-47 Thunderbolt with rockets, USA, 1942 to 1945. With 8.50 caliber machine guns plus rockets or bombs, the P-47 became the ultimate ground attack aircraft while surviving tremendous damage. How it changed World War II. P-47s devastated German armored columns during Normandy and the Battle of the Bulge. German ground forces feared them more than artillery. Over 15,600 were built. Consequences: the P-47 established the fighter-bomber role as essential. The concept of multi-role aircraft became standard. Modern aircraft like the F-16 and F/A-18 descend directly from this dual-role concept. Anti-tank. Panzerfaust. The disposable tank killer, Germany, 1943 to 1945. A simple, cheap, disposable anti-tank weapon that could be issued to every infantryman. The shaped charge could penetrate any Allied tank's armor. How it changed World War II. Over 6 million Panzerfausts were produced, turning every German soldier into a potential tank killer. At Berlin, teenagers with Panzerfausts destroyed hundreds of Soviet tanks in urban combat. Consequences: the Panzerfaust established the template for all modern anti-tank rockets. The Soviet RPG-7, American At-4, and countless others directly descend from this design. It proved that cheap, simple weapons in mass quantities can counter expensive, sophisticated systems. Strategic weapons. B-29 Superfortress, USA, 1944 to 1945. The most advanced bomber of the war, pressurized for high-altitude flight and capable of carrying 20,000 pounds across 3,250 miles. How it changed World War II. B-29s firebombed Japanese cities, destroying Japan's war industry and morale. The B-29 was the only aircraft capable of delivering atomic weapons, making it the instrument that ended the war without invasion. Consequences: the B-29 established strategic bombing as war-winning capability. Post-war strategic bombers, B-52, Tu-95, followed its template. The B-29's ability to deliver atomic weapons created nuclear deterrence strategy that defined the Cold War. Proximity fuse, USA/UK, 1943 to 1945. A revolutionary fuse containing miniature radar that detonated shells near aircraft, multiplying anti-aircraft effectiveness by 5 to 10 times. How it changed World War II. Introduced in 1943, proximity fuses devastated German and Japanese aircraft. Kamikaze attacks became far less effective. During the Battle of the Bulge, proximity fuses created deadly airbursts that shredded German infantry. Consequences: the proximity fuse pioneered miniaturized electronics in weapons, the first smart ammunition. It established that electronics and sensors multiply weapons' effectiveness, leading to the precision-guided munitions that define modern warfare. Intelligence and code breaking. Enigma machine, 1940 to 1945. Breaking German Enigma codes gave the Allies access to enemy plans, ship movements, and strategic decisions. How it changed World War II. Ultra allowed routing convoys around U-boat wolf packs, saving thousands of ships. At Midway, code-breaking enabled the decisive American ambush. Eisenhower credited Ultra with shortening the war by at least 2 years. Consequences: Enigma/Ultra established signals intelligence as decisive military capability. The NSA, GCHQ, and equivalents descended from World War II code-breaking organizations. It proved that knowing enemy plans is often more valuable than superior weapons, leading to modern cyber warfare and electronic warfare. Anti-aircraft. Bofors 40mm gun, Sweden/Allied, 1932 present. A rapid-fire automatic cannon combining range, rate of fire, and reliability, the standard Allied anti-aircraft weapon. How it changed World War II. Bofors guns protected Allied ships from kamikazes, downed countless Luftwaffe bombers, and defended critical installations. Over 60,000 were produced. Consequences: the Bofors proved medium-caliber automatic cannons provide optimal anti-aircraft defense. Modern close-in weapons systems use the same principle. It established that layered air defense provides superior protection, a concept defining modern integrated air defense systems. Armor penetration. British 17-pounder gun, UK, 1942 to 1945. This powerful 76.2mm gun finally gave British tanks capability against German armor. Could destroy Tigers and Panthers frontally. How it changed World War II. At Normandy, Sherman Fireflies provided critical anti-armor punch. The 17-pounder's introduction forced German tank tactics to change. They could no longer advance confidently against British positions. Consequences: the 17-pounder proved muzzle velocity and shell design matter more than caliber. Its APDS ammunition pioneered fin-stabilized penetrator technology used in all modern tank ammunition. It validated that upgrading existing weapons sometimes beats developing new platforms. Logistics. Jeep, Willis MB/Ford GPW, USA, 1941 to 1945. A simple, light, four-wheel drive vehicle that could go anywhere. Over 640,000 were built, performing every role from reconnaissance to ambulance. How it changed World War II. The Jeep gave Allied forces unprecedented mobility and logistical flexibility. Soviet Marshal Zhukov credited Lend-Lease Jeeps as critical to Red Army offensives. Eisenhower listed it among the 4 weapons most responsible for Allied victory. Consequences: the Jeep established the military light utility vehicle category that every army now deploys. It proved that logistics and mobility often matter more than firepower. Modern warfare's emphasis on rapid deployment stems from the Jeep demonstrating these principles. Doctrine-changing technology. Radar, 1935 to 1945. The ability to detect aircraft and ships beyond visual range revolutionized warfare. How it changed World War II. During the Battle of Britain, radar gave the RAF critical minutes of warning. In the Pacific, American radar-equipped night fighters destroyed Japanese bombers. Shipboard radar allowed the U.S. Navy to win night surface battles. Consequences: radar fundamentally transformed military operations. Post-war, it became essential to all military operations. Modern stealth technology exists specifically to counter radar. World War II radar established that sensor technology provides tactical advantage equivalent to weapons themselves, a concept defining modern warfare where information dominance often matters more than firepower. Conclusion: these 15 innovations created the modern military template that armies still follow today.